continue, and I want to now bring in Willis, the word master, to, of course, teach us those difficult pronunciation. Willis, it's great to see you this evening. How are you?
Fine, thanks, Betty. How are you?
I'm fine. I like how you say thanks and not thank you. All right, Willis. So we'll start.
No, Betty, somebody can say thank you.
Okay.
Thank you is not wrong in terms of 1 + 1 = 4, because as I told you the other time, there are those who are inclined to the American or other regional varieties of pronunciation. You know, languages are basically for communication, but if you are keen on the British English phonology, the British English pronunciation, or what we may call now RP, that is the standard form of the British pronunciation, you just say tank, bank, tank, rank. You don't talk of tank, rank, tank, and all that. But saying tank, I don't want to rule it out.
Okay.
Please, that is not what I would say personally, but if you can say thank you, that is very well.
Thank you, Willis, for that. Thank you. You make English sometimes sound so scientific, but anyway, let's begin by taking a look at what on the street.
Triage, triage, triage,
Triage, Triage, Triage,
Triage, Triage, Triage,
Triage, Triage, Triage.
Willis, you've heard there, our Kenyans. That is a word that gives very many people trouble. Triage, triage. We see it in hospitals when the attendants take your vitals before you see the doctor. So, what does that word sound like correctly?
Well, Betty, everybody has got it wrong.
Even I'm sure I
got it wrong.
Yeah.
We don't say trage, we don't say trage, and many people, just the way you seem to be headed for the same, confession that it would not be very easy for you. This word, you pronounce it as triage, not trige, not triage, not trage, and all that. You say triage. As you explained it, that process of deciding how seriously ill or injured a person is when that person is taken to hospital so that they can treat or handle the more serious cases first. Triage. Very tricky.
Very tricky, Willis. It's not even triage, but triage. Is that correct?
Yes, triage. That is the pronunciation, Betty.
All right, Willis, let's get to the next word, and I'll spell this one out because I'm not sure about it too. Hereditary. 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 How do we say this one, Willis?
The stress is on re. Hereditary. Hereditary. Wow. So that is the second syllable, you stress it. That is re. Hereditary or hereditary. You can say tari or tree, but what you should remember is we have the stress on the second syllable. Hereditary. Hereditary.
Hereditary. Got it, Willis. Hereditary. All right.
Yes.
Moving on to this other word. CHIFFON.
You're talking about the material, eh?
Yes, that material. The soft material,
Yes. You say chiffon, chiffon. We have that C and H. Don't say chiffon. Don't say chiffon. The C and H, that digraph takes the sounding sh or takes sound sh, just like in chef. Many people talk of chief chef. You remember we had that the other time? Chief chef. We don't say chef. You say chief chef. And here we say chiffon, not chiffon, not chiffon, yes. But chief chef.
But also, Willis, where do we
chiffon.
Where do we put the stress? Is it chiffon or chiffon?
No, you say chiffon. That is at the onset, at the beginning of that word. The first syllable, you say chiffon.
Chiffon, got it, Willis. Moving on to this other word, GENUINE, genuine. Genuine. I think that's the correct pronunciation, unless you shock us, Willis.
Betty, the first month in a year Many people say January or January.
Yeah.
But that sound N is not used. It takes the sound N, just like in Kenya. You say January.
Oh.
In the same way,
January.
you say genuine. Yeah, January. January. Genuine. Not genuine, not January. January in Kiswahili, fine. But in English, you say January. January, and we say genuine.
Okay. Genuine. I mean, so is it like...
Genuine. The first N...
Yeah, the first N is...
takes the sound N, like in the Kiswahili word nyanya. Genuine.
Yeah.
Genuine. Are we together, Betty?
100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in that word you say genuine, and then the first month it's January. But if you find it very difficult for you to produce or to articulate that sound N, you can just use N for the sake of communication.
Okay, Willis. This one I don't know why it's tickling. So it's January and genuine. Got it, Willis. That's a surprise for me tonight, Willis.
When you are not used to pronouncing a word in a specific way, it takes me back to the word pronunciation.
Yeah.
The first time, Betty, you also found it a bit, until it was like, Willis, are you kidding?
Yeah,
so
I was wrong.
Everybody thought it was a joke. Almost everybody. Let me not say everybody, but I would say almost everybody thought it was a joke when I said it's pronunciation. The verb is pronounce, but the noun form, that is by way of inflection, how you come to pronunciation. Denounce, denunciation. Now, somebody would wonder, why can't we say pronunciation?
Yeah.
And when people checked, that is when people realize we have been using the wrong word.
Yeah.
Just like I may ask you a question today, Betty. Do you know the meaning of the word, or what people think is the meaning of the word busybody? Busybody. You know what people believe is the meaning of that word?
Yeah, somebody who's all over the place.
Can you tell what
everything.
you hear people thinking about? No. Just check it. Then get back to me. If it is about somebody who is busy doing nothing or everything, then ask for a prize from me. But I want you to check it, you and our dear viewers. That is why I say nobody can be perfect. We can't know everything without doing some research on whatever we are dealing with in any given language.
Yes.
So when we talk of a busybody, Betty, it's like you're referring to a meddler, somebody who is busy, sometimes, trying to dig into the affairs of other people unnecessarily. And in that case, if you check it and you find it to mean somebody who is busy doing nothing the way people think the word means, it would be something that would make me give you a prize. But what am I trying to say? We should always be keen on research, finding out the meaning of a word or the pronunciation of a word beyond what we think, so that we go away from what we call conjecture.
And talking about conjecture, I'm even on Google right now, so I'll just say it for our viewers. A busybody is a noisy, meddling person who is very interested in what other people say and do. So yeah, I was wrong all along, and I'm sure very many people out there too. So I'm not alone in this.
That is why I always caution people about, words. Words, sometimes I've even had people talking of nemesis to mean rival. So-and-so's nemesis. If you check that word properly, Betty, you'll realize that it means a punishment or some kind of trouble that somebody deserves. It's like you're the author of your own problem or your own, disaster. So sometimes checking the meaning of a word or the pronunciation can help you to communicate clearly.
Well, okay, Willis, sawa. We've heard. So, Willis, we were at genuine and January. We've gotten that.
Yes.
Moving on to another word here. Do you say monastery, monastery? How do we go about that?
Monastery.
Okay.
Monastery. You say monastery.
All right.
Yes.
Monastery. Got it, Willis. Moving on to this other word, reparation or reparation. Which is which, Willis?
Letter E takes the sound E in that word.
Okay.
You say re. Don't say re.
Okay.
Reparation, no. You say reparation.
reparation. This other word, Willis, is one that we've been
Yes.
talking about over the last couple of days. Autopsy or autopsy. Which is which, Willis?
What I would just caution people or advise people that is the correct word for me to use. I should also mind the choice of that word. You know, I've been advising people about or against saying audio. Auto. Auto, no. Audio, no. Automatic, no. Automated, no. That A and U form the long sound O. So you say autopsy.
Autopsy.
August, not August. August, autopsy.
Okay.
So the pronunciation, Betty, is autopsy.
Autopsy. All right, Willis, got it. Moving on to this other word. Do we say complacent or complacent?
Complacent. Complacent, but you can also say complacent. What you should avoid is compla. That letter A takes its name as the sound in that word, complacent.
Complacent.
Or complacent.
Complacent. All right, Willis. So I was also wrong on that because I normally say complacent. So I've gotten it right. Tonight actually is my night to learn this English pronunciations, Willis. From triage
No,
all the
learning
way
never
to
ends, Betty. I always say
chiffon.
that. Learning never ends.
Yeah, that's true. All right, Willis. Let's get back to our feedback question. And this one comes from Claudia Sankale in Narok. Narok or Narok. I'll spell this out for her. Perhaps. Perhaps. Which is which, Willis?
Oh. You'll allow me to begin by saying Claudia Sankale of Narok.
I said
Then
Claudia.
you say perhaps.
Okay.
Perhaps. And you can also say perhaps in British English, perhaps and perhaps. You know, both are acceptable as alternatives. You can say perhaps. Perhaps, it's rare,
Perhaps.
but acceptable, Betty.
Yeah.
But the most common
Perhaps.
pronunciation that is used locally and even beyond is perhaps. Perhaps. So Claudia Sankale of Narok and our dear viewers, that is it. Then, Betty, we have James Mulenga of Kitwe, Zambia.
Yeah.
He's asking about nestle. Nestle.
Nestle.
Nestle. You say nestle. Don't say nestle, nestle. Just like we say apostle, not apostle. To wrestle, not wrestle. And we also have Sandra Mwangi of Nairobi. You say acacia. Acacia tree. Don't say acacia, acacia, acacia. No. Acacia. Acacia tree. A bit tricky, Sandra Mwangi. Titus Wafula of Bungoma. You say adjacent. Adjacent building, not adjacent. Adjacent is very common.
Yeah.
But the correct or acceptable pronunciation of that word is adjacent. Just like we say adjourn, to adjourn, not to adjourn. Adjournment, no. Adjourn, no. Journalist, no. You say adjourn, adjournment, journalist, journalistic, journalism. So some of these words can be very tricky. Then Nyamohanga Mwita of Ekerege Kuria, you say chlorine. Chlorine. You have the stress on re. Chlorine. Yes. Not chlorine, not chlorine. And I'm just seeing some small signal, Betty, from my wonderful cameraman in Kisumu, that is Nicholas Mburu. And the word from one person here called Diek, Achiek, that man of South Sudan, if I'm not wrong. Yes, Mburu is showing me it's from Sudan, that is South Sudan. Our brother, we also value you so much for that. You say appreciate, appreciate. And the other words will also handle them. Then Laban Muiruri, Joseph Otieno and Ruth Njenga, we say shoes, shoes, not shoes. Betty, don't laugh. Don't laugh. Shoes, not shoes. Shoes. Then very, very fast now, Richard Atandi, you say Armstrong. Richard Richie Atandi, you say Armstrong. Sophie Mambo of Kilifi, conundrum. Conundrum. Then, Betty, there is a very tricky word in law, or which is used in courts of law. Many people would say conundrum. I'm not talking about that word, but we say conundrum. Similarly, in courts of law, you may find somebody saying penumbra. Penumbra, which is not accurate. You say penumbra, just like an umbrella. You
Penumbra.
don't say an umbrella. You also say umbra, penumbra. Paul, Elijah, and Robinson Nyakundi, you say onomatopoeia, onomatopoeia. I think Paul and Elijah are from Kisii University, if I'm not wrong.
All right.
So you say onomatopoeia
All
together
right.
with Robinson Nyakundi,
All right,
Jack, Brian Ongaya, Severe, and lastly, Bill Cruz, Captain, you say psycho.
Psycho.
Then
All
we
right.
go straight now to our surprise word for tonight.
Yes, yes.
Betty, many people say devout Christian, devout Christian, or Christian the way many people like saying it,
Yeah.
devout, which is
Devout.
inaccurate for this word. This word is pronounced as devout. It's pronounced
Devout.
devout.
All right.
Devout. That O-U-T takes the sounding out. Just like you would say cloud. Cloud, not clot.
All right.
Flout, not to float the rules. When you float the rules, you are like you are tabling them somewhere for people to discuss them. We say to flout.
To flout.
To flout.
All right.
Kukiuka sheria.
Okay.
To flout. Then we say gout. And then rout. R-O-U-T. To beat easily, like in a contest, that is to rout, like when we have football clubs and all that.
Okay.
And finally, Betty, we
Yes.
have those confusing words. You must have heard of defense counsel. Defense counsel.
Counsel.
When you say defense counsel, it becomes vague because counsel is C-A-N-C-E-L. Defense counsel. So you mean defense futa mbali ama kufutilia mbali.
All right.
Defense counsel. So counsel is C-A-N-C-E-L. When we talk of a lawyer who is in court defending somebody, that is a counsel. Counsel, even somebody giving advice on legal matters.
All right.
A counsel, that is the lower word, C-O-U-N-S-E-L.
Counsel.
And that is when we make English to be English, Betty. But nobody, not even Willis, can be perfect.
Well, Willis, all right. I have to say, tonight's lesson was crazy. From genuine to January to triage and all the other words that you've taught us this evening. Thank you very much, Willis, the word master. Remember that you can always reach him on his Twitter handle at WillisOchieng1, or you can just wait for Friday briefing every Friday, and he's going to be here live and direct from Kisumu to teach us those difficult pronunciations. Thank you very much, Willis, the word master there.